Arleigh Burke-class destroyers are large, heavily armed multi-mission vessels, which form the backbone of the American surface combatant fleet along with Ticonderoga-class cruisers. The Arleigh Burke-class boasts a formidable array of weaponry and can perform a variety of tasks, including anti-submarine warfare, cruise missile strikes, intelligence gathering, boarding operations, and more. However, the class is best suited for area air defense thanks to its powerful radars and arsenal of anti-air missiles. The Arleigh Burke-class is the only American destroyer type currently in production and will remain the principal surface combatant of the US Navy for decades to come. In this video, we will look at the Arleigh Burke-class destroyers' amazing weapon systems. While classified as destroyers, the newest Arleigh Burke-class ships will be about as heavy as Ticonderoga-class cruiser. The main distinction between the two is that Ticonderoga-class cruisers have 26 more missile cells, as well as extra facilities to serve as air defense control centers, while the newest Arleigh Burke-class ships feature superior radars and electronics. Arleigh Burke-class destroyers were produced from 1988 to 2011, and from 2013 onwards, the class was originally to be replaced by the Zumwalt-class destroyer, but those plans were scrapped in light of the Zumwalt-class's hefty price tag and other shortcomings. There are four main Burke variants, or flights. Flight 1, DDG-51 to DDG-71. Flight 2, DDG-72 to DDG-78. Flight 2A, DDG-79 to DDG-123, and Flight 3, DDG-124+. None of the Arleigh Burkes produced have been sold or decommissioned. The cost of a new Flight 2A Arleigh Burke is almost $1.9 billion. Flight 3 ships will likely top $2 billion. A subset of Arleigh Burke-class destroyers have been upgraded with ballistic missile defense capabilities, a modification known as Aegis Ballistic Missile Defense, Aegis BMD. All Flight 1 and Flight 2 ships have been retrofitted with Aegis BMD, in addition to Flight 2A ships DDG-113 and onward, which are built with Aegis BMD as standard. The remainder of the Flight 2A ships will receive Aegis BMD in the future. Both Japan, Kongo and Atago classes, and South Korea, Sejong the Great class, operate large Aegis destroyers based on the Arleigh Burke design. The Arleigh Burke class launches most of its missiles from Mark 41 Vertical Launch System VLS modules. The Mk-41 fires straight upwards from cells below the ship's deck, with no need to load or aim a launcher. As such, the system responds quickly and can fire its missiles in rapid succession. Flight 1 and 2 ships have 90 VLS cells, while Flight 2A and 3 ships have 96. This is a remarkably large missile capacity, even relative to the Burke class's heavy displacement. Each cell can accommodate one of the following missiles. The RIM-161 Standard Missile 3 (SM-3) is designed to intercept ballistic missiles in outer space, with a maximum range of about 378 nmi for the current variants and 1,350 nmi for the future Block 2A. The SM-3 is one of the highest performance ballistic missile interceptors in service worldwide. The SM-3 delivers a separating kinetic kill vehicle, which is guided by an infrared seeker, rather than using explosives. The kill vehicle simply collides with the target at high speed, destroying it with the sheer force of the impact. The kill vehicle is only designed for use against ballistic missiles outside the atmosphere, and is of no use against airplanes or cruise missiles. As such, only Aegis BMD ships carry the SM-3. The RIM-67 Standard Missile 2 (SM-2) is the US Navy's primary air defense missile. It has a blast fragmentation warhead and a purported maximum range of 90 nmi. Guidance is provided by inertial positioning and data link updates until a few seconds before impact, when the AN/SPG-62 radar is used to eliminate the target with precision. This guidance method is known as semi-active radar homing. Some SM-2s are also equipped with the infrared seekers. The SM-2 is used primarily against cruise missiles and airplanes, although it can also strike ships if necessary. A small number of upgraded RIM-156 SM-2 Block 4 missiles were produced as well, incorporating extended range and ballistic missile interception capabilities. The RIM-174 Standard Missile 6, SM-6, is based on the SM-2 Block 4, but features an exceptional maximum range of about 270 nmi, because the AN/SPG-62 guidance radar cannot be used at such great distance. The SM-6 has its own active radar seeker, adapted from the AIM-120AM RAM, for finding targets. The SM-6 can be used against cruise missiles, airplanes, and ships. Upgraded variants, known as Dual 1 and Dual 2, are used by Aegis BMD Burks for intercepting ballistic missiles within the Earth's atmosphere. The BGM-109 Tomahawk is a guided cruise missile used for precision strikes against surface targets. Tomahawks can travel relatively long distances, from 1,350 nmi to 700 nmi, depending on the variant, allowing Arleigh Burke-class destroyers to attack from the safety of the sea. They are guided by a combination of GPS, inertial navigation, and terrain contour mapping, which provides a mean accuracy of 10 meters, sufficient for hitting small targets such as infantry positions, buildings, and parked vehicles. The BGM-109D variant carries a cluster warhead, which disperses small bomblets over a wide area, in ships before DDG-96. The Tomahawk fire control system is discrete, while in the DDG-96 and after it is integrated into the Aegis system. The anti-submarine rocket is an inertially guided munition which delivers a lightweight anti-submarine torpedo to a maximum distance of 10 nmi, rather than being a weapon itself. The anti-submarine rocket is essentially a range booster for the torpedo, which drops into the ocean and finds its target autonomously. The Evolved Sea Sparrow Missile, ESSM, is the only missile which violates the 1 per cell rule due to the ESSM's small size. 4 can fit in a single cell. Like the SM-2, the ESSM is a semi-active radar homing missile used for air defense against cruise missiles and aircraft. The drawback of its small size is a relatively short range of around 27 nmi, according to combat fleets of the world. Typical ESSM loadout is 16 in the 4 VLS group and 16 in the AFT VLS group for 32 total. Only Flight 2A and onward currently deploy with the ESSM. RGM-84F Harpoon missiles are the Arleigh Burke-class's primary anti-ship armament. They are radar-guided, high-explosive missiles with a maximum range of around 130 nmi and the ability to fly at low altitude, decreasing the likelihood of detection and interception during the first few seconds of flight. The RGM-84F is propelled off its circular canister by a rocket booster, after which a turbojet is activated. The missile has a 500 lb warhead and is capable of crippling or sinking large vessels. Flight 1 and 2 vessels have 4 to 8 harpoons, while Flight 2A and 3 vessels are not currently fitted with any. This means Flight 2A and 3 vessels have no dedicated anti-ship armament, while the SM-2 and SM-6 can be used against surface vessels. They lack the harpoon's large warhead, although their high velocity compensates to an extent. This lack of dedicated anti-ship armament may change if Lockheed Martin's VLS-capable long-range anti-ship missile is deployed aboard Arleigh Burks. The Rolling Airframe Missile is a very short-range missile used for self-defense. On Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, rams are fired by a rotating C-ram launcher, which is based on the failing CIWS and has its own radar. 2 C-ram launchers, each with 11 rams, replace the failing CIWS. Only for destroyers, DDG-64, DDG-71, DDG-75, and DDG-78 currently have C-rams, but the Navy is considering expanding its deployment to other ships. The Arleigh Burke-class's main gun is a 127mm Mk-45 lightweight cannon at the ship's bow. It has an effective range of 13 nmi against surface targets and can fire 20 rounds per minute maximum. The first 20 rounds are fed by an autoloader, allowing for remote operation. Once these rounds are exhausted, a 6-man crew is necessary for continued operation of the weapon. DDG-80 and onward have a Mod 4 version of the gun, with a stealthier turret and a longer barrel for increased projectile velocity. The Mk-45 is suitable for shore bombardment and engaging surface vessels. As a dual-purpose gun, it can also engage aerial targets, but its effectiveness in this role is limited. Two 25mm Mk38 Mod 1 autocannons firing 25mm rounds are used against close-range targets, mainly small boats. The weapon fires at 200 rounds per minute maximum and has an effective range of 1.6 nmi. Some ships are fitted with Mod 2 guns, which can be fired remotely or manually. Two phalanx close-in weapon systems are used for very short-range air defense against anti-ship missiles. The phalanx consists of a 20mm Vulcan rotary cannon and a small radar on a swiveling mount. The phalanx uses its radar to detect close-range targets and then fires a stream of 20mm rounds at a speed of 3,000 to 4,500 rounds per minute. Maximum range is about 1.9 nmi, but effective range is likely somewhat lower. The phalanx can be manually fired at surface targets as well. Flight 1, 2, and 2A, DDG-79 to DDG-84 only, have two phalanx units, while Flight 2A, DDG-85 and onward have only one. All ships with C-RAM have no phalanxes. In addition to the anti-submarine rocket, Burkes have two Mk32 lightweight torpedo launchers, which hold 3 torpedoes each. They use gas to eject torpedoes and can be fired remotely. The Burke-class's Mk32 can be loaded with either Mk46 or Mk50 lightweight torpedoes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.